up, guys, and welcome back to another episode from the Common Calamity server. Today I've got a pretty big episode planned, and this is actually the first time I'm filming an intro after I've filmed the rest of the episode. But right now, we are digging out a little spot to fight a wither. I finally got 3 wither skeleton skulls. So I am deep beneath my base, and I like to dig out just a little room where I can fight them without any concern of them getting away or blowing up my stuff. So this is what I almost always do. But in today's episode, we're going to obviously take down this wither, hopefully. And then I've got a time lapse of some significant base progress. We've added several floors, a storage room, auto-brewers, all kinds of good stuff. And then after the time lapse, we're going to be doing a little bit of interior decorating. I'm basically going to be fleshing things out on the inside and making things look nice. And then if we have time at the end, we'll be putting this beacon to use, I hope. So let's go ahead and make this wither. And I'm going to leave the potions there for now, because after I get this part of the way set up, I'm going to want to drink them. All right, so we got night vision, fire resistance. I'll save the strength and the healing for now, because the strength only lasts for a minute and a half. So I'm going to want to get this wither spawned first, and then run back here, and we'll go ahead and drink the strength potion. And I'm going to want to replace all these on the hotbar, just in case we need them again. Those back there. All right, we are good to go. And I'm actually going to switch like this. All right, where's he at? There he is. No problem. All done. Go ahead and eat real quick so we don't die. So, with that done, let's go ahead and jump back up top and roll the time lapse. Alright guys, so I've been working on our storage room up here, and I've added 3 of Impulse SV's auto brewing stations, and I'm planning to do the fire resist, the night sight, and the water breath potions. So I've also gathered up a full stack of all the materials, not quite of the blaze powder, but this is going to be enough to basically go forever. And these are built and basically ready to be primed and turned on. And I've built these before and they haven't worked out exactly perfect. There is a bug that sometimes impacts these droppers, but we're going to give them another shot here. And because we're only doing the 3 ingredient potions, if one of them is bugged, we can just skip this dropper right here and move the ingredients up, and it should work just fine. But getting these started is a little bit tricky. Basically, you want to get them primed with 1 nether wart in the chamber, and nothing should start brewing just yet, but let's go ahead and do these other ones as well. All right, and then we need to build the potion up from the bottom to the top, with the exception of the nether wart. So the nether wart will be in the top chamber. So our main ingredient goes here in the bottom, then our modifiers. If there was a second modifier, it'd go there, and then the final chamber, let's see if I can reach it, goes the nether wart. So just double checking here, we got the main ingredient, we got the modifier, we got a blank, and then in the very top, which I'm having trouble getting, we've got the nether wart. This is primed and ready to go. We've got this full of water bottles, output chest is ready. According to the tutorial, all we got to do now is hit this switch right here, and the whole thing should engage, and it should just start cranking out potions. And I think that was the wrong thing to hit. Let me see if I can just drop it back down here and see what happens. Are things brewing? All right. I don't know. Okay, there's some stuff out of place here. Yep. Okay, that didn't go. That should be 63. That's 64. There we go. Okay. Not the end of the world. Hit the wrong button. All right. So all we got to do to start this, I think, is just click this. And it should be brewing now. Okay, so there was one step that I forgot, and hopefully that's all that was wrong. But we actually need to go around to this hopper and put 3 blocks in like that. And then this spot is supposed to have 19 in it. So let's grab 19, throw them in. Okay. Now I think we are actually primed and ready to go. So now all I need to do is hit this guy. I still don't hear brewing sounds. Oh, okay. It's starting. All right, you'll love to see it. There it is. So the first 2 batches were incorrect. This dropper is not firing. We're going to go ahead and just put everything as, and just assume that that dropper is not going to work on these 2, which is unfortunate, but doesn't make a difference for our purposes. So our first 6 are only 3-minute duration, and then we've got some 8-minute durations. But this appears to be cranking correctly now. Got the redstone there and the nether wart there. That means it's going to come out correct. So let me go ahead and get these other ones set up, and we'll get the next 2 sets of potions cranking. All right, we've got it. We've got it. So these fire resistance potions are a little bit ahead of schedule, or ahead of the other ones. We got the 6 3-minutes, not a big deal. But over here we got our first batch of night vision, and we got another batch brewing up. Over here we got our first batch of water breathing, and another one going. And I'm pretty confident, yep. Redstone just dropped down. Yeah, we're in good shape. So yeah. These are going to fill up these double chests, and then I'll need to restock these water bottles. And basically, anytime we come back to the base, if we need one of these 3 potion types, we can just grab them from these, and it'll immediately brew some fresh ones up. So, I love it. I love this design. It's unfortunate that dropper is not working again, but for most purposes, you really only need the 3. It's only if you're trying to do the splash potions or I mean, this doesn't even really support the potions, the lingering potions that you need for tipped arrows, which will be brewing up at some point. Dragon fight should be coming up soon. But yeah, so I just need to box this in and we can get started working on the next floor. Now that I've got a couple more floors in, I want to actually work on the flooring itself. So this floor we've had just the spruce planks and it's spawn proof, which is great, but it's a little bit boring. So my plan here is actually to go in and replace some of these with tiles. And we're going to be using smooth stone slabs and polished andesite slabs. And we're not going to do the whole thing, pulling some inspiration from some real world floors that I've seen where they do this and then they kind of like mix in the wood. So it's like the tile is slowly being overtaken by the wood. And I just think it looks real cool. So kind of going to just do this pretty randomly, you know, take a few out here and just go in with this checkerboard pattern and we'll just play with it until it looks good. All right, let's see if I can figure out exactly how I was going to do this. I think I wanted to have spruce logs going across, and we're going to put a nice little stone arch in here, and then between the spruce logs, it's going to be alternating cobble and dark oak slabs. And because of the orientation in which we've built this, we should get this angle on the slabs, which or the dark oak slabs, which is going to run the correct way. So they look like we placed the planks in a way that's more supportive of the overall structure. So I think the easiest thing for me to do is just hop up right here. And I think this is where we want to put our first log going across. All right, here we go. Oh, that's wrong. So I'm going to do that. How high do we need to go? Maybe 2 more? Yeah, that should be high enough. Okay. All right, and we're going to knock these stairs out and then come across like this. I want to start the planks right here. So it'll be on the edge, and then it'll have those in between. And we can maybe do some block variation at some point here as well. But we're just trying to get a feel for this to start off. So it's going to leave one spot right there for a stray cobble, for now anyway. So yeah, tough to imagine right now. Obviously a lot more to put in place, and we're going to have to come back and build this out because I don't have any stone on me. But let's go ahead and pillar up again here. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that all throughout the first floor. And then we'll grab some stone and put in these arches to kind of finish the look here in our entry hallway. Okay, so that's going to do it for the first floor. We got this little decorative archway in, and we got the ceiling in on both sides. I'm not totally sure about that last stripe of gray terracotta. I kind of like it here. Well, maybe I just need to carry it all the way across and then it'll be fine. It just looks a little bit weird in the corners right now, I think. But that is a problem for another time, because we are going to get right back to work here in a second. I also don't love how these seams line up. I could see maybe switching that to like a stair block or something, so that it sort of joins better with the little arch here. And same thing in here. I was kind of thinking maybe this should be sort of an extension of the arch with some upside down stair blocks. But I'm pretty happy with it for right now. And I'd like to go ahead and get started decorating these 2 rooms. This one I'm thinking is going to be some sort of dining hall. And I'm just going to do a pretty simple table and chair design for today. And then I've got a fish tank planned for here. And we'll actually probably want to knock out a few of these blocks and replace them with like a light blue cement or something as the backdrop for the fish tank. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And I'll be back once we've got some of this decoration done. Are you guys ready to see the finished product here? Boom. There we go. So that's eventually going to be a fish tank. And I really like the new warped wood blocks for it. These have that nice little glow. We've got the gloom shroom or whatever it's called back there. And I did this kind of like staggered pattern going up with the leaf blocks and then the stripped planks, or not planks, stripped logs. But yeah, I think that looks really good. We're going to obviously put some glass up right here, fill it with some tropical fish. It's going to look great. Got some little couches. Going to pot some plants over here in the corners. And then on this side, we got a nice big table. And I'm going to put my banner designs behind it, which we'll be working on soon. So yeah, that's the interior so far. We got the ceilings done on a couple of these floors. Pretty much everything's looking good on these first two. And then the third one's ready for us to get started on in the next episode. But if you've taken a look at my inventory, you can see we've now got enough iron to install this beacon. And I've got a spot picked out for it. Right now, these towers, these bases of towers, the base of these towers in the corners are all basically the same. The heights are slightly different, and obviously the block variation is a little bit different. But I want to have some variation in how I top them as well. So some of them are going to be finished. I think 2 will be finished and basically identical. They'll have the same roof design. 1 is going to be in the process of getting built. But this one, I want to have my beacons underneath. So we're going to dig straight down right here, put the beacons at the bottom. Eventually we'll have 5 beacons lit up in this corner. But I'm going to make it look like the beacon, the power from the beacons has either eroded or exploded the top of this tower. So it might even do some damage to the corner of the main tower over there. But that's all to come in a future episode. Spoilers. Right now, we just need to dig down here and drop this beacon down in our branch mine, which we should run into fairly easily if we go straight down here. So a bit of a risk, but should be fine. I think it'll be fine. We'll find out. This is actually, I think, low enough. We didn't run into the branch mine, but that is fine. So I'm just going to clear a little patch here so that we can drop the beacon in. There we go. All right, I think what we want is paste 2. We're going to be doing a lot of mining down here. Let's go ahead and put some stained glass right here as well. And there we go. All right, guys. I think that is going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you guys for checking out my channel and watching these episodes from the Common Calamity server. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now.